Hey guys, JH, welcome to Practice Tea. Okay guys, I'm still trying to work out this audio that I've got. You know, I've got the wireless microphone, I can't find out where to put it. Get some away here. If I put it over here, I keep bumping it. So I'm just going to try it today, and here, it's going to look a little bit how's your mother, but yeah, let's just try it here, because even though it's down here, it's in front and it's not in the way of my arms, and it shouldn't be a problem. But we'll know after we do the video. But it looks a little bit preposterous. My wife saw it yesterday when I was fiddling with it at home, and she said it looks like a squirrel is trying to get out of my shorts or from under my shirt. Okay guys, okay, the best way to start the downswing in the Mo Norman golf swing. Okay, there are a lot of things that Mo said that he did in his downswing, like the vertical drop, the horizontal tug, you know, the lateral, the left knee towards the big toe. So many things that he said he did, and he did do them. But I think for us, generally speaking, that's way too hard to try and drill into yourself. You're talking about 3 things there for a start. So what I advocated to the people that I was teaching when I had the Mo Norman School for 10 years in Australia was to just have one thought. And the one thought was, which tended to resonate with a lot of people, and they had almost instantaneous success with it, was this, that once we've gone to the top of our backswing there, instead of thinking about, you know, a vertical drop or a horizontal tug, which is really going to consciously, that's a very difficult thing to do. Very difficult thing to do. So what I did was capsulize it into one thought process. And the one thought process was this. And once you're at the top of the backswing, just do one thing. Once we're here, just think of this knee going that way. The first movement down is that. Now what that does, if you look immediately, if I get to here, if I move that back there, look what happens, that left knee immediately starts to go this way. Which was one of the really atomic particles of Mo's lateralization, and the fact that he could stay front onto the golf ball as much as he did was that action there. Now it's very hard to do that if you think about that. Trying to think about that and do that is a very tough thing. So, and I just found out by trial and error myself, because I was having difficulty with the 3 thoughts, especially the vertical drop. Vertical drop, I could actually drop the club here, but then I would stop going lateral. Okay, Mo had a lot of tension, a lot of torque build up in his backswing. Through that type of backswing, I mean, he was always going this way anyway. But I just found that if I got to the top of the backswing here, and then starting down, I just went like that. I just pushed that leg this way into the inside of the right heel, just like that. Now look what it does, guys, if I do that. Yeah. I get this little sort of squat anyway. I get a little squat effect. And as soon as I do that, the shoulders are maintaining their closed position, and the hips are maintaining their closed position. And if you do that, the club has to go that way. Can't come over. So I just felt it was a very, very, very easy thought process to take on board. Very easy. And it was amazing because, you know, I had hundreds and hundreds of people over the year, a couple of thousand over the years, and through my teaching facility, and they all, I could see them when they came to me, they would always talk about, you know, the vertical drop and the horizontal tug and so forth. And the natural golf teaching and the Jack Kirkendall, you know, saying the left knee goes towards the left big toe. Well, a lot of those things happen, but guys, you can't think about those consciously. That's really tough. So for anybody who's having difficulty maintaining or getting a consistent strike and really good impact, just try this. Just try it. Okay, it'll be tough to do initially, because if you pivot the way Mo does pivot, the right leg is basically in full elongation at the top of the swing, so it's basically it's put a severe angle on the hips anyway, with the left or the lead knee moving forward and the right hip moving back. It's actually taken, you know, most of the flex out of the right leg, so you're basically in a position of full deposit of weight into the right heel anyway. But what you have to do, guys, is increase that deposit. If you've got $100 worth of deposit there, you're going to make it 150 on the downswing. You can actually go, you know, deposit more deposit. So it's basically that. Okay, first shot of the day. Now, it'd be interesting to see how the microphone goes. It'll probably fly off or something. So we're just going to push that right leg back. That's a good shot for the first shot. Now, the good thing about it, guys, is you do get a squat effect. And clearly it will help you with, if you want to maintain the, you know, the absolute integrity of Mo's mechanics, which is, you know, the right heel down at impact. I don't have that. I have a hybrid version, and I've got a little bit of that. But if you want to do that, and you're flexible enough to do that by depositing that right, that extra deposit into that right heel and getting this action going on the downswing, it'll help you keep that right heel down. Absolutely. And that's really good contact right there. Oh my goodness. And as I say, guys, every time I do a video on Mo Norman mechanics, I always say to myself, JH, why don't you use it all the time? Because invariably I just get such a straight ball flight, good strike. And for me, it's not that difficult, because I've hit, you know, 1 million balls plus with the system. Yeah, so okay, guys, so that's what we're going to try and do. Nothing else. We're going to get to here. We've got the angularity in our pivot here, which we saw in Mo. And the point I made in the video yesterday is don't try and swing the golf club with your legs like that. Mo let his lead leg, you know, get soft, and so he could pivot so that the hip girdle could actually turn on the backswing. If you lock that left or the lead leg out and don't let it pivot in towards the ball line, a la Hogan, a la Snead, all that type of thing. If you saw young Mo when he was young, like in his 20s, and you just saw his bottom half, you'd think it was Hogan, because his pivot was like this. That was his pivot. That was Mo's pivot. There, he looked just like Hogan and Snead. But as he got older, he got thicker, and he lost a lot of his flexibility. So the pivot, he didn't have the flexibility in the hip extensors as he got older, and didn't have the rotational capabilities. Anyway, that's a digression, but it's interesting. Okay, guys. So, and of course, I always like to feel that, you know, I'm always set up, you know, closed to shut, and I like to be there when I hit the ball. I mean, I've always done that since I got involved with Mo in 1990, 91. I've always felt that way. It's just comfortable for me to do that, because I find that if I'm shut and I've got a disposition to feel I'm shut, I can keep that right leg in behind the left, or the trail in behind the lead. Okay, so I'm just going to do that, guys, and that'll start me down. That's all I'm thinking about. It's amazing, you know. You come out here dead cold. Those 3 golf balls are right beside each other. That's the great thing about them, about the swing. It just does that. All right. So here we go. Just going to really pull that right leg back. I don't know what else I can tell you, guys. I mean, they're 4 perfect golf shots. Absolutely perfect. Now, like with anything, to ingrain something like that, because that's quite a radical move, just get a wedge or a 9-iron or an 8-iron, just hit some half, 3/4 shots. You don't have to hit anything to get the feeling. Just take it to here and there. I actually feel this, guys. That. Here. This actually does that. Now, as soon as I go there, clearly my right shoulder stays there, and my right arm can't do that, because my right shoulder is basically captive on this right vertical axis. So if I go here with that right hip, if I push this right knee back, I get my vertical drop. And I actually mentioned this to Mo, because we were going through it and we were sitting there just hitting some shots, and I mentioned to him about the 3 aspects, and I said, and I got up and I said, so if I actually did that, Mo, if I just pushed the back of my knee backwards like that, and my butt here like that, watch what happens from the top of the swing. If I just do that, I get the look. I get the look. And he actually did it. He said, well, I get the feeling. He said, when I do that, he said, that's actually what I get that feeling in my vertical drop and my horizontal tug. So he said, it must come from that process there. He said, but I get it. I said, well, I get it here, and I get the resultant. I mean, I don't feel it in the vertical drop and the horizontal tug. I don't feel it at all. But I get it because of that. I feel this profoundly. I feel that profoundly. So guys, it's basically, if you're someone that doesn't have your leg really flexed out on the backswing, you got full deposit, as I say, just add to the deposit, just like that, here. It's almost like this, guys. It's almost like we're going here to start the downswing. Here, we're here and then we're going there. And that's what gives us that flat spot, and that's why Mo had that flat spot in his golf swing, because the club is going there. Okay, we see the butting of the golf club. He gets it there, he gets it there, and the club goes there. And that's because he's coming from this shut angle. Okay, he does get over the ball. His club plane is over, his downswing plane is over his backswing plane. You'll just see a little bit of a here with Mo. But so does Sam Snead. Sam Snead pulled every shot he ever played. He was a power puller, so did Bobby Jones. They were over their backswing plane ever so slightly, but they were inside the target line, so their approach was into out. You can be over your backswing plane, but as long as you're not over the ball line or your delivery line, and that's misunderstood. Been some great ball strikers that have gone here and then just a little bit over the top, but Mo was over the top of his backswing plane, but still into out, or as close to into out as he wanted. He was never outside in, he was always on the line. Yeah, so guys, that's all I can basically tell you. So just try that. You don't get caught up in too many things. Just try that. I mean, I think that's it'll feel funny to start with, because you'll feel like you've got nowhere to go. If you're someone that's already loaded there, if you're fully deposited there, you'll find it hard to add an additional deposit. But just try it. Just get here and just do something like this, and then just go like that. Get to the top of the swing here, and then just do that. And the more I do that, see, the more I bend that knee. That's just a knock-on effect. Okay, guys, have a look at that. just a little bit of intricacy of Mo's swing, and I hope that helps you out.